Yeah, perfect. Bam, we're live. Did you know Travis Bellinghausen made this backdrop, the one that says CEO of the Sevan Podcast? With the
No, I did.
Yeah, it's cool, right?
That's dope.
Travis, if you're listening, I would love it. See how we're running that banner on the bottom and there's the phone number? Somehow we need to move like everything up a little bit. Hi, Kat. Good morning. So that you can see our sponsors, Paper Street Coffee, our sponsors and friends and partners. Paper Street Coffee, California Peptides, and BIRTHFIT. Rambler, good morning. How much creatine you got left? Oh, so much. I have so much creatine. Keymaster, go get him, Sevi. Who? Reporting for duty. Hello, Mr. Rogers. Jessica Valenzuela, good morning. Officer Valenzuela. Greg C. Hey, have a great day, all. This is the beginning of the show. Can you start the show with that? Saying have a great day. Mr. Souza.
He started early.
Audrey, Caleb, will you love the kitty for me? Sure.
Later.
Dan. Sevo. Constructive Criticism, Dan. Sergeant Constructive Criticism, Guerrero. I have all of you like pigeonholed in my head. Jake Chapman, Isle of Man. Just a dude living the good life. Omar Conejo. It's your typical Mexican. Everyone. Extra sloppy. You always have like ravioli stuck on your shirt. Can't you just put the sponsors on top? I don't know. But now look at it. It's the three of us. Bam. Like that. You guys have a preference?
No, as long as we could see him.
Susie, your connection's a little off for what it's worth. I don't care, but I'm just saying.
What do you mean?
You were like getting a little pixelated. Was he getting pixelated for you, Caleb?
Not that I've noticed.
Oh.
Maybe
You probably weren't studying him as hard as I. Miss Allison NYC, good morning. Yes, bigger is better. Speaking of Allison. Bigger is better. Speaking of Allison. And it's Caleb and Matt. It is. I'll put my toe spacers on while I say this. I've been getting a lot of questions, and I don't use that lightly. A shitload of questions and DMs about peptides. And I have not taken the peptides yet. I have them, and I got my needles, and I'm supposed to sit down, and Hiller's going to help me inject them into my arm. But I did schedule because I have so many questions. And if you go to the website, CA Peptides, it looks like you just order this stuff. You just do the research on what you want and you just order it. It's like vitamins. But I have a peptide expert and Hiller scheduled. I saw Susan scheduled them yesterday. I saw a text thread going back and forth. And so we'll have someone on. Oh, that's the one I have, BPC 157. So many people are interested in
video
this.
about.
Yeah, is it good? I haven't seen it yet. I need to watch it tonight. You haven't seen it either?
Oh, the video is good, yes.
Oh, it is good? Okay. So, and you inject people with stuff. Did you see, does Hiller inject himself on the, in that video?
I don't remember if I saw him inject himself, but I think the way that he was describing it is, about how I would do it as well if I were to inject somebody with some sort of drug.
My sister many years ago had to take blood thinner, and she had to inject it into her stomach, and we were on a road trip together. This is like 20 years ago, and so I would inject it into her stomach for her. I'd basically pinch and inject. Pinch like it's kind of weird sticking a needle in skin. It's not how you would expect.
Are you doing that tomorrow?
Is he coming on the show tomorrow?
It's scheduled for tomorrow.
Oh, what time? In the morning?
In the morning.
Oh, shit. I don't know. You mean like live on the show?
Yeah.
Oh. If it wasn't tomorrow, I'd be like, fuck yeah, I'd have gotten all brave. But it seems a little close to be like swinging my dick around and acting all brave. I want to,
Okay. Hey, is this a
I mean, I'm
one-time
putting on
thing?
toe spacers now. I might as well inject peptides tomorrow.
Just go all in.
Yeah.
Just lean into it.
But I've only received one negative. One of my friends was drunk. The most beautiful woman in the world. You guys have heard me talk about her before. She was fucking hammered. And she sent me a DM saying, quit being a pussy and just do steroids. I'm just like,
That was it. That's all it took.
have I ever shown you guys the most beautiful woman in the world? Have I ever showed you her Instagram account?
If it's the person who I think you're talking about, then yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I see it every day.
You go visit it just to check.
Yeah,
how
just
things are going.
give a couple likes. Drop some support.
Rest in peace, Putin. Why? What happened to Putin? Something happened?
Oh, you've
Started
not been
more.
following this?
No.
Oh, it's
what happened?
Oh, dude, it's it's getting pretty serious. So the
Oh,
Wagner Group guy, what is his name? I can't remember his name.
Putin, the
But the
richest
Wagner
man in the
Group-
world. Something's wrong with him. That guy, Putin.
Yes, that guy.
Was he
So
in the
those-
sub
those-
that went down?
No,
Oh. Bring it up. Bring it up. Let me see. Bring it up.
there's
Check this out. I made a little undertow for the viewers out there.
it's Yevgeny Prigozhin is his name. So he's the I guess the CEO of this mercenary group that Russia uses to help fight its wars. And according to him, the Russian military dropped a whole bunch of bombs on one of his troops' positions while they were fighting Ukraine, and killed I think he's alleging 120 plus people, or injuring 120 plus people, killing 40 people of the Wagner Group mercenaries. So as this is happening, he basically says he's going to go on a warpath to Moscow to hold them accountable for what they did.
Wait a second. So you're telling me some Russian mercenaries who are over there kicking ass in Ukraine got bombed by Putin. So Putin was like, "Hey, assholes!"
Supposedly,
even
that's
though
what
they're
he's
on the
alleging,
same team,
yeah.
even though they're on the same team, Putin bombed their shit
Correct.
because he
And
didn't
so
want them
the
acting like
basis-
mercenaries. Why did he bomb them?
I'm not 100% sure as to why, but according to Yevgeny, he's saying that they've been entrenched in that position for a significant amount of time. And the
According to
Russian military is
Yevgeny,
aware of
you
him.
speak to Yevgeny?
No, I'm just listening to what his speech during his speech.
Oh,
he
not
said that
Yevgeny,
he
who was on this show. Not that Yevgeny.
Oh no, not that Yevgeny.
Oh. Hey, shut it, David. Shut the fuck
Prigozhin.
up. Don't stop fucking telling me I'm interrupting. Fucking assholes. Hi, good morning, Mike. Hi. Sorry to interrupt you. Go ahead. Yeah.
But
Okay,
so
can I read
Prigozhin
this?
is just-
Sorry, I'm interrupting again.
Yeah,
Sorry. Russian President Vladimir Putin, citing a threat to his nation, said he had ordered the military to squash a rebellion led by Wagner mercenary boss Yevgeny Prigozhin. Prigozhin claimed early Saturday to have taken control of the Russian military command base in Rostov-on-Don in the south. Meanwhile, the governor of the Voronezh region further north said a counter-terrorist operation by the military there was underway. Oh, this is just confusing as shit. The UK's defense minister said that Wagner units were moving north through Voronezh region, almost certainly aiming to get to Moscow. Okay, those are all Russians, though? This is
Yes,
internal
those
fighting?
are all Russians.
Okay.
Internal fighting. So what's essentially happening is, what Putin said in his speech is that there's a mutiny now. There's a coup happening, being led by the Wagner Group and their troops, and they're going to start storming Moscow to try to take it over, I guess. And Prigozhin has said that there's going to be a new president of Russia.
All I
So
think is,
he's-
this is horrible what my thoughts are. Do you want to know? Don't tell anyone. I'm always concerned that China is going to fly over, or Russian planes are going to fly over our country and drop like 500 million Chinese people on us. Like not bombs, but literally like just start loading planes with Chinese in them and just pouring them out on our country. Just like, you know, yeah, like, and there's nothing we can do. There's just not, like, it's just every hour they drop in another 50,000 Chinese people. They're not even armed. Like just leaving the border, and then before you know it, there's 300 million Americans here and 500 million Chinese. Like they just in one massive swoop just pour 500 billion Chinese on us, right? And they take over. We can't do anything. There'll be just trannies in the street. Don't hurt the Chinese. Don't hurt the Chinese. And then next thing you know, this whole country would be China. I mean, it's an incredible mission, right? I mean, that's the plan, right? And there would be nothing we could do. The largest fleet of nonstop airplanes flying over American space, pouring Chinese on all the major cities, just with parachutes. They're just pouring in.
That might work in Canada.
Someone would probably die.
Each one has a backpack full of food. No, we wouldn't do shit because we're so worried about because we're worried about trannies. We got tranny issues.
Watch them drop down in like Kansas or Tennessee.
And so when I hear this going on in Russia, I'm like, thank God they have their own problems. Like you know what I mean? Oh. I always kind of have this feeling that like, I mean, that's what I would do if I were China and I wanted to take us over.
Just
dude. It's a shoe win. It's guaranteed. Look, he even knows. Look at Matt Burns said he get Jorge Ventura on. Yeah, he understands. That's the okay, cool. So I'm kind of glad that they have their own issues over there. I thought China and Russia was like just like minutes away from like taking over the US. Well, that's good.
I mean,
they would just come through the southern border. Yeah, you'd pour some in through the southern border, the northern border. But I'm telling you, it is a guaranteed victory for China. You think I'm joking, but you just have nonstop planes flying over with Chinese people jumping out with parachutes.
I think our defenses are a little better now than they were.
Yeah, our military
we wouldn't do shit. Caleb, what would we do? We wouldn't do shit. Tell me what we would do. Tell me what that would look like.
Surprised.
Tell me what that looked like. You think that we wouldn't let just millions of Chinese just jump out of airplanes onto fucking San Francisco? Are you kidding me? Dude, the town would be surrounded by trannies holding hands, being like, don't kill the Chinese, let them take over. We would not do shit, dude. You think I'm joking? I am not. Target practice. We have fucking people molesting kids in our fucking schools, and they're great target practice. No one's doing shit. I must be an asshole. I'm fighting with Caleb. Call her high.
Just a call it?
Yeah. Caller? Oh, hold on, caller. Of course. The phone, of course. My brand new super advanced system doesn't work worth a shit. Caller, hold on. Settle down, caller. Settle down. Let me get this select audio device.
You'd be the first one to go, so it's okay.
Yeah, everyone's confused, Jake. You're going to be really confused when fucking 100,000 Chinese jump on each major city in the United States out of airplanes. Caller, hi.
Rook out.
Hello?
First off, the Chinese would use probably like drone swarms and hypersonic missiles, but I don't think they would be jumping out of planes. I think they would just be bombing our ships and swarming our soldiers with drone swarms. But
well, then we could at least fight back. But you know we would never fight back if they just started pouring Chinese in. You know?
Yeah, I don't know. Hypersonic missiles, you can't really fight back against those.
I can.
But the whole thing going on in Russia, guys, like,
tell me.
That's why I call the whole thing going on in Russia. Like,
can you speak in a Russian accent so I think you actually know what you're talking about? Then I would be like, oh, this guy's there.
No, I just get all my information from Telegram, so take it or take it or leave it kind of thing.
All right.
But this Prigozhin thing, like
stop pronouncing his name like he's Armenian. Stop saying it like it ends in IAM, please. Prigozhin. I don't appreciate that. Go on.
Yevgeny Prigozhin. There you go. But he's been complaining about ammo and stuff at the front since they were taking over Bakhmut. So yeah, I at first I didn't think it was real. I thought it was like a crazy psyop, like they were trying to pull the sheet over everybody's eyes as they do a large attack on Ukraine. But it looks like it's legit. I woke up this morning and they're like, it's full on. They've taken over the Rostov building, and pretty real, pretty crazy stuff.
Hey, so that's something I didn't get. So you're telling me that this guy was a military commander that worked for Putin, and Putin got pissed, or this guy got pissed? Prigozhin, not Prigozhin. Prigozhin.
He's like a contractor.
Well, he never worked for Prigozhin. He's a PMC. No, and he never was a military man. He actually was Putin's chef.
No shit.
Believe it or not.
No, I'm having trouble believing that.
No, look it up, man. He was actually Putin's chef and longtime friend. So that's why this is very, very odd. That and I don't think. And back to Caleb saying, I don't think they're trying to. I don't think he's trying to pull a coup over Putin. It's more over Sergei Shoigu and this Gerasimov guy. It's their head of army. The head of the army, Sergei Shoigu.
So you're telling me, let me get this straight. Putin sent a bunch of dudes over to Ukraine. He goes, go slap those bitches around. While they're slapping those bitches around, someone from the home base bombed some of them. So they're looking back at the mothership being like, all right. And so they're coming back to slap the mothership around.
Yeah. And then what they're saying, it was friendly fire. But what's really weird is the video that they've shown from the front lines, from the damage, from where they were apparently hit. There's no evidence of any bodies. There's no bomb area. That's what to me made me think it was kind of a psyop of something. I mean, with all this talk, and you got Lindsey Graham and Blumenthal coming out talking about the chance of nuclear event in Ukraine. Like, I thought it was all just part of this psyop that maybe Russia was trying to get on board with, or it's very confusing right now, man. Like, I follow this war really closely, and the fog of war is so thick that none of us know what's going on.
Can you define what the fog of war is for those of us who weren't around during Vietnam?
It's just when basically both parties are putting news out there, propaganda that kind of really makes it difficult to find out how many casualties have been happening, or troop movements or anything like that. They just try to keep things in the fog.
There's also just so much going on in such a
this
short
is
period
exciting.
of time.
Hey, you do see you do understand my plot by the Chinese, right? You just can I share that? You look at this picture I just put up. You just cover. Can't you just see the sky covered with Chinese falling with like chopsticks in a bowl and a parachute on their back? Seriously, 500 million of them. You see that, right? Just pouring in, and there's nothing we could do. We would be like, all right, fucking time to learn Mandarin.
Bend over and take it. That'd be
Fair
it.
enough.
We would bend over and take, unless a giant butterfly net came and scooped all those people up, like before they hit the ground. Once they hit the ground, we're toast.
Yeah, they'll probably send them over here on those balloons.
Listen, you guys think I'm joking. That's what's funny. Hey, Sevan, your China scenario is actually happening in Serbia, Kosovo, full of Albanians. Easy to be a majority if you keep making families, 10 to 12 kids, and that way they invade and take over. Yeah.
Fair.
Keep abortion legal. Keep baby killing legal.
Oh, no, come on.
I don't know.
Okay, before I get going, I'm going to get off this call.
Okay, bye.
All right, dude.
What a hot morning. Thank you for calling. Hey, that's already 1,000% more calls than we had on the live call-in show last night that was supposed to be like a sports call-in show.
There was one call in what happened? They got hung up on, or
I don't even remember. I was pretty excited. I'm pretty excited we got that show off the ground, though. I'm really excited.
the show was great.
Thank you.
It had a really good, like, just sitting around, like, talking shit, but, like, getting super informed on everything, like, vibe. It was loose. It was fun. It was energetic. It was good.
You should go watch that. Okay, so back to the peptides real quick before we go spin off. So I guess that guy's coming on tomorrow. If you want to know about peptides, come on tomorrow.
Him and Hiller.
Yeah. This dude's jacked out of his mind.
I have one question about peptides, probably for Caleb to answer. Do you have to take them for forever? Like, are they the same as the testosterone? Like, once you're in, you got to do it for the rest of the time, or is it a one-time deal?
I think it's more of a one-time deal. You're not like replacing a hormone. So the way, and then when I was doing some research on it, when this started coming up, I just realized, or I noticed that you can just take it for like a month at a time. So like when you have these, like this BBC 157, like if you just have like a nagging injury like Sevan's elbow, you can just take it.
My
for the
fucking
month that you
bicep.
have.
My fucking bicep. Do not
sorry.
give misinformation. My elbow is fine. Look it.
Right. Yeah.
So it's for his bicep.
It's my bicep. Thank you.
For his bicep. You can take it for the 2 months or 1 month, however long it lasts. And then once your symptoms are alleviated, then you can just stop taking it. It's kind of, I would say it's similar to like a Tylenol or an ibuprofen, but it's better because it's what actually supposed to heal it.
I did 50 snatches in each arm with a 35-pound dumbbell the other day.
Your bicep survived?
Yeah, it's good. Excuse me. All right, so that's tomorrow. I want to also bring up one more thing. For those of you who saw the Tyson Beijing interview, that's what it looks like when you're free. So if you want to know what you're seeing and sensing off of that kid, I remember 20 years ago, Travis said the truth will always set you free. That's a kid who can speak freely because he's not guarding anything in his brain. That's what freedom looks like, mental freedom. That's a really honest, genuine human being. That's what go back and look at that. If you have kids and you want to like be like, hey, you want to be cool like this kid, there's no special sauce there. He's just a po kid from West Virginia who works really hard, but he's just free. He just has parents who let him be in an environment to be free. He's not guarding anything. He's not worried about saying the wrong pronoun or Oriental, or he's not hiding the fact that he does drugs. He's just free. And you sense that in him, the way he thinks, the way he's giving in the conversation. That's freedom. That's mental freedom. That's just good boy shit. That's, hey, I haven't done anything in my life that I wouldn't want put on the cover of the New York Times. He's not hiding. It's really cool. Dan Guerrero, he's sharp and focused. It's awesome. Jake Chapman, he presents. Yeah. Rambler, glad the topic changed. Some Chinese Americans will get beat up from that talk. No, you're not. No. Exact opposite.
Internment camp.
Exact opposite. Enrollment. I got a ticker up here. Enrollment in Chinese language courses just skyrocketed from that little up 20% nationwide from that little piece I just did.
Get your Duolingo apps going.
Ken Walters, I just finished your 10 rounds of 150 single unders and 10 push-ups. My calves are in knots. Great workout, and though, and loved it. I did 8 of those rounds unbroken, by the way. I think it was like the first and the 9th round I took a break. The first round was so hard, even though I was warmed up. But hey, I wasn't sore from that. I ran stairs, 3 flights of stairs, steep stairs, 10 times the other day, and my calves were sore for like 3 days. So I don't know why. I talked to Greg about it. I said, hey, Greg, why do you think I'm more sore running upstairs than doing barefoot single unders? Do you have any thoughts on that, Sousa, before I tell you what Greg said? What are your thoughts on that?
I think you're just producing more power. Like you're just doing more and you're moving through more range of motion as you climb the stairs.
That's exactly what Greg said. Greg said, hey, dude, you're taking
really?
more weight. Yeah, he said you're taking the same amount of weight way higher, basically. Each step is like 6 to 10 inches, and you're coming range of motion. He said you're coming off your I forget what he said, your plane of motion or something. He worded a little differently, but because you're basically you're leaning forward, you're going this way instead of just like
straight up and down.
Yeah. That's what he said. He said, yeah, you got a greater, I forget how he worded it. Basically what you said. Yeah, crazy. Dude, stair running is crazy.
Yeah. I mean, have you ever gone to just walk up a set of stairs before and you just are out of breath and you're like, fuck, I swear I'm in more shape than this. Like,
yeah.
Why am I so out of breath? And then I look around because I know the other people don't work out as much as me. And I'm like, are you fuckers out of breath too? Or is it just me?
Or you ever notice, like, if you have to just jump, like your dog's getting sprayed by a skunk in the middle of the night and you're sleeping, you jump out of bed to run outside and you've only run like 50 feet, if that, and your fucking heart rates, it feels like it's at 170. You're like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little scared as you jump up too.
Riley S, 7-inch to 11-inch landing is typical for stairs. Yet these stairs were so steep but they were small steps. There was not coming down was scary.
Was it in like a fire escape or something, or was it outside?
Outside. Hey, are you coming to my house today?
Yeah, I was gonna ask you. Is that going down? I'm down.
I guess that would be awesome. The fights are the fights are at noon.
Oh, they're at noon. Okay. I coach and I'll be done at 11. Then I close the gym, so take about 30-40 minutes to close it. Then I could roll out.
You coach from 11 to noon?
No. I coach from 10 to 11, and then I'll close it from 11 to 11:30.
Okay.
Sorry, I waited that weird.
Ladies and gentlemen, the class at CrossFit Livermore will be starting actually today a half hour early and ending a half hour early. Please arrive at 9:30 so Susan can leave.
We're gonna get them out in time. Your class is done. Leave right now immediately.
Caleb, just to go back to Putin, he commands a bunch of generals, and one of the generals was out in the field, and he got hit with some friendly fire, and he's pissed, so he's coming back to kick Putin's ass.
In the simplest of terms, yes.
That's like shit my boys do. That's like if you have 3 boys, that's the kind of shit they do. Like one of my boys is playing, and then they're all playing, and one dude hits another. It's like Three Stooges shit.
Yes, that's basically what's happening.
Don't we bombing? We isn't that just normal protocol? Like on 10,000 dudes out in the theater, and some dudes are going to get killed by friendly fire. Like that NFL football player Tillman, wasn't he killed by friendly fire?
Mm-hmm.
It just happens, right? It's part of the game. I mean, I'm not saying it's good, but
it does. I imagine this seemed more direct than less of a mistake than it was on purpose. I think that's the way it's perceived. So that's why he's. But also, it's been like growing tension between that general and then the generals who are coordinating all of the other militaries.
My boys were at the park yesterday at a birthday party, and they came home and they're like, dude, there was an asshole kid there. And I'm like, really? And it's the 3 of them, right? And they're like, there was an asshole kid there. I'm like, really? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, what'd he do? And he's like, we were playing tag, and he kept like tagging people in their head. And then they're like, and then my son Joseph goes, yeah, he tagged Ari in the head, and I wanted to go over and punch that kid in the face. I'm like, oh, you did? He goes, yeah. He goes like this, and he punches Ari in the face, and they start fighting. They start fucking fighting. I'm like, wait a second. You just showed me how you wanted to protect your fucking brother from another kid, and this is what you wanted to do to him, and you punch your brother in the face. He goes, yeah. I'm like, dude, are you guys tarded? I don't even know if they get it.
I was gonna do this,
but that's what when I hear the Putin thing, that's what I think. There's people who really move the needle for me in terms of like my arrogance and confidence. And whenever I see Jedediah comment, I think, yeah, I'm cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This show's cool. Jedediah Snelson, if you think stairs are bad, you should try to push on a slanted sidewalk for a while. All right.
Fair, humble.
Just issue everyone should be issued a wheelchair. Just at birth. Here's a wheelchair, just in case. Or if you just want to get some empathy. All right. I want to today at 1:00. I don't think I'll be watching this because I'm going to be immersed in the UFC. But I want to show you something. There's a link I sent to Caleb today. It's called the Dubai match, and I actually haven't watched this clip. Travis Beijing called me this morning to talk about the interview I did with his son last night, and he sent me a link to this clip or told me about it. I haven't watched this, but this is Devin Lorette, definitely one of the most charismatic arm wrestlers of all time. Definitely one of the best, for sure. Top 5 best arm wrestlers who've ever lived. Probably top 3. He was also a JTF2 guy. It's weird the connection he has with me through arm wrestling, but also there's stories of Greg going over to Canada with Nicole and Dave and teaching JTF2, and Devin was in the group at the time. And Devin was like, they're like, hey, can you do a muscle up? And Devin's a huge dude, probably 6'5", 250. And he just did a muscle up. Anyway, here we go. Devin Lorette wearing a green tuxedo. He's getting ready for a big arm wrestling match that will happen at 1 p.m. today, Pacific Standard Time in Dubai.
He's a walking green screen.
Yeah, that's that graphic on him.
Oh, no audio? Oh, we can't because of the music?
Yeah.
Oh, that
Because of the music.
sucks. Oh, that sucks.
The green screen part's funny right there.
I wonder if you can hear him talking. No. No, that just looks like brothers playing, honestly.
Those of you listening, this is Devin Lorette in a green suit walking around during a press conference, high-fiving, rousing, getting into a car, walking on set, sitting and talking into a microphone.
Taunting and tussling, if you will.
Taunting and
Little
tussling.
taunt tussle.
I know,
Unfortunately,
but
not naked.
I looked at the thing and it said the Wagner Group was like the equivalent of like our Blackwater Group.
Yes, exactly.
Well, this sucks. Basically, he gets into a shoving match with this guy, Dave Chafee.
Wait, why doesn't it show it on this? Was it not?
It does. I don't know. It's at the end. I don't know what the fuck happened. No, I haven't tried California peptides yet. I have the juice. I have everything I need. I have the needles. I have everything. I have the juice.
Oh,
there it is. Okay, here it is. Here's the guy, Dave Chafee. He's gonna arm wrestle today at 1 o'clock. You can go to core sport. Type into Google core sports Devin versus Dave, and it will give you a link. Look at the way Dave's looking at his body, sizing up his body.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, 1 p.m. today. If you want to see the great Devin Lorette arm wrestle live, it's best of 3. Sevi, has Dave spoken to you about the behind the scenes? Oh, we have spoken. I can't tell you what was said. I am very, very, very anxious to do the behind the scenes this year. I've expressed that to Matt Souza. I'll tell you this. I don't think it's going to happen, but I would do it in a second, and I would do it for free. And I want to reiterate. Is that a word?
Reiterate.
I want to reiterate that under my reign, there was a ESPN show, a behind the scenes, a road to the games, and a documentary on Netflix. And they were all, it's a crazy 1, 2, 3, 4 combo punch, right? Netflix, international exposure, super polished 4K. ESPN, biggest sports network in the world. Behind the scenes, something that no sport, intimacy that no sport gets with their athletes, and they never will get. And with the most minutes watched in the history of YouTube. And then Road to the Games, which was produced by Heber Mars, Mariah, and Ian. And that was a crazy polished hype, basically CrossFit's version of Embedded. Now they got none of that. They're going to have a documentary coming out. By the way, I started watching the documentary yesterday that
Oh, you got a sneak peek?
Mariah Moore, yeah. She's going to come on Friday. Fuck, it looks fucking amazing.
Is it good?
I only got to watch 5 minutes, and then my kids came home, and I started bathing my kids, but I can't wait to sit up and watch that shit on my 90-incher. I'm excited. So I don't know. I doubt very highly I would do it, but I would do it in a fucking second. They just got to get me a fucking hotel room and access, and I would tear that shit up. And they can even have final edit. I don't give a shit.
It wouldn't be appropriate to give out an email for everybody to email in, would it?
Just go on there. You can go on if you guys just go on their social media and you could bomb them. I'm not do whatever you want. Jedediah Snelson, why is it if your music gets flagged on Instagram, it always gets blocked in Russia? I need to start paying attention to the lyrics and see if it's the message they're blocking. That would mean we don't get you on here, though, wouldn't it? Yeah, it does mean that.
We have ideas, though.
Yeah. Part of me just obviously just wants to stay here at home. Yeah, Katrin first interview, for sure. Hey, when I interact with Katrin, it's gonna be so mellow if I ever interact with her. I'm not gonna open with, "Yo, bitch, why'd you post that shit?" I'm gonna be like, "Hey, what's up, girl?" She's gonna be like, "Hey."
Like, how are you?
I'm gonna be like, "I'm good. Thanks for talking to me. I know things have been tense. I'm not like, it's not like I'm gonna be cool. I'm gonna be cool. I'm not. I don't have a heart filled with hate. I don't. I do not. I don't. And if I do, I don't want to. Oh, I didn't erase this. I'm erasing number 2, Caleb. Look at the size of these bouncers. Yeah. Here's the thing. I would like to have Katrin on this show. And I'd like to just talk to her for 15 minutes. I'd like to congratulate her on her success this year and her comeback. Talk to her a little bit about her training, keep it pretty superficial. And I just want to test the waters. I want to see what happens. I would like that. She would take off running. Katrin, Horvath, and Fikowski will take off running record mile pace the minute they see you. Nah, it's good.
No, I think it would be the opposite of that. I think the large majority would embrace you right when you came in, and then leaving the rest of them, because the other ones don't really think for themselves that much, to also have to embrace you, because they're more worried about looking like they're part of the in crowd than they are about holding their own opinions.
Oh.
So if 80% of people are like, oh my gosh, Sevan's here doing behind the scenes, and they rush it, like majority of people I think would be cool about it, because they don't want to be the odd man out. That's
and I think, I mean, it's only me, but I think I leave people alone who
you read the room really well.
Yeah, who I didn't talk to Fraser a lot, and I didn't talk to Tia a lot, because they were I didn't get open arms feel from them, and I don't want to bug people. Excuse me. Yeah, if you posted a black square, you should go back and erase it. If she was with Ben, she would come on. Well, that's for sure. Isn't that interesting? Boy, the Ben interview got a lot of attention.
Mm-hmm.
Ben did a good job on that. People
come here for the most trusted source in the space. Most trusted news source in all of CrossFit.
Most intimate.
Most authentic.
Look, that even got Caleb to nod.
Caleb agrees.
Topless interviews. Even Hiller feels comfortable with his shirt off here.
Yeah. Open space.
Oh shit! Listen, Kenneth DeLapp fucking trying to slap.
Why are you gonna bring that back up again?
I had the thought. I wasn't gonna
listen. It was his. Listen, first of all, it was Sousa's debut.
Yeah, Kenneth.
And listen, Conor McGregor broke his leg, and fucking Joe Rogan went down and fucking put the mic in his face. His fucking ankle was like this.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
It just sits down next to him.
Yeah.
That's what I was doing to Sarah. I was going to crawl up and sit next to that.
It's Matt Rogan Souza. That's how he got the nickname Rogan.
Yeah. And I think
Souza was just so confident in that moment.
Every moment, Kenneth, that didn't even slow me down. Do you see that? I didn't even skip a fucking beat. I got another person to run away from me later in the weekend. Okay.
Who was that?
Haley Adams.
Oh. Hey, it's delicate.
Just got a super.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah,
Look at him. Oh shit, he was there when Biden fell too. I forgot about that.
Yeah, see, Bernie's got my back. Thank you, Bernie.
Someone should have written something on the bottom of Biden's shoe right there. Like right foot, left foot, or like an R and an F.
Just says Andy from Toy Story on the bottom. The fucking
Okay. What's number 4? Have you ever been trapped under the bar? Oh, okay.
You have to get the bench press thing. Oh, did Jake Chavez, did you say that after I posted it, or did you say the same thing?
Wait, why is this? I don't know. This must be in the wrong notes. Go ahead and play this. This just must be in the wrong notes. This must have been something that I meant to put for her show, but made it on this. You can erase this. You're so spotty this morning, Caleb. Why is your shit skippy?
The video or myself?
Everything.
I don't know.
Did you pay your internet?
I did.
Okay, let's play number 10. It's a repeat. I've played it before, but let's play number 10. We'll just test the audio out with this.
That is not true, Ken. Hiller and I were together when the athletes showed up, so you can't really.
What did he say? Wait, what did he say? Now that you said that, we got to know what he said. What did he say?
Because Ken Walters over here says Susie gets them to run away, and Hiller has them come to him.
Oh, no, no.
That's misinformation. Ken.
That is misinformation. I think they want to beat Hiller up. I was nervous for Hiller at the games when the giant dude came up to him. I'd like to see Hiller now that he's all juiced up stand next to that guy again.
Not a chance. I was like nervous just because I didn't want that dude to act a fool. Then we're gonna have to slap him around a little bit. And
that guy was huge. You guys weren't slapping no one around. That old guy,
dude. Come on.
All right,
it's
fine.
A street fight, dude. It's not like we're squared up on the edge of a cage. You half step out, and bam, the thing breaks out.
Good
no
night.
matter how big you are, you got to be prepared.
All right, fine.
It's different. We're not lined up, squared up like that.
All right, fine.
Come in like a Chinese paratrooper.
I have faith in you. You just smoked him. I have faith in you.
I'm the guy that's so tough when there's no fighting inside.
Hey, that's the first place they should drop 10,000 Chinese just right on the CrossFit Games in Madison this year, just as a test run.
Just see. They get through
just
these guys.
See what happens. You will realize there's only 3,000 people that actually attend the games. Okay, let's see.
50,000 Chinese.
Oh, like CrossFit Games.
Not so bad.
Oy.
Far right.
Oh. There's no. Hey, that would be the first time a Chinese person's actually been in the games. Inclusive. How about the fucking CrossFit Games page doing an Elizabeth Akinwale post about like the most blah 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 something?
Dude, how about how much that website fucking sucks?
That Instagram account.
Just the whole thing, dude.
The most successful black athlete in the history of the games. Okay, cool. Well, how come there's only been one since then? But with all this inclusive talk.
What's even the point of that?
Yeah.
The website's like so stupid to manage. Like it's like not only do you have to already know about the sport, but now you have to know how to run this website in order to follow along.
How about you bring her on? How about you bring her on the podcast and interview her? How about you just celebrate her because she's a good athlete? Why does she have to be a woman and why does she have to be black? Why can't you just celebrate her?
That ESG score.
Hey guys, you have to understand it will always be fucked up until you just start celebrating people all on with the same denominator. So if you're going to celebrate black women, you're going to have to celebrate white men. Since no one wants to do that, just fucking celebrate people. It's fucking ridiculous. You're promoting the divisiveness. Okay. Speaking of divisiveness, let's see what this bald guy has to say about being a dad. What if that was the thing? What if it was just bald people that we were after? Two bald men. Everything was just whether you had hair or not the color of your skin.
Get up.
What if instead of skin color we just focused on how much hair you had on your head? A half bald guy.
It literally makes the same amount of sense.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. A bald man was seen stealing razors out of a Walmart for the 13th time this week. Okay, action. This guy's a Jew.
Don't push kids to do anything.
that what that thing on his head is?
Yeah, Yamaha.
Pushing means you're standing behind him, pushing him forward. Don't push. Pull. Pulling means I'm going, come with me. So you have to create a lifestyle that children find irresistible, a lifestyle that they want to follow and want to run to keep up with you. Don't push. Don't push kids.
Okay.
That's it?
Don't push them.
The fuck? Number 11. I'm going to pretend like that didn't just happen in the show.
Wait, do you have a point to make after that?
No, I don't. I just, no. Number 11, first cool thing I've seen in baseball ever. Pretend like that didn't happen. Everyone, we're just going to go through a time portal. Pretend like that part didn't happen. It was so powerful the first time I saw it. Okay, let's talk about sports. Let's stay in my domain where I'm an expert. This is the only cool thing I've ever seen in baseball, by the way. The only, except for the time when the guy hit the bird.
That was
pretty cool too. But check this out. This is pretty awesome right here.
Breaks for second. Zunino's throw into the runner, and they got him. Oh my goodness, that's unbelievable. The ball hit. Badu breaks.
Oh my god!
For second. Zunino's throw into the runner, and they got him.
Oh, dude, you can't see it because it's so spotty. God,
it's so choppy.
oh. Like it even Blade knows that was anticlimactic as fuck. I don't know which part he's talking about. That ball hits him right square in the balls.
Oh.
Can you see that?
Yeah. Randy Johnson. Oh, there
that ball struck out like 17 million players. Safe or out. Call that a triple play. Yeah, smashed his nuts. Can you guys see that at home? I can't see it on my screen.
I can see it
blurry and oh, there it is. Wow. Wow, right in the pocket.
Oh. And then he catches it right after that. It like pops off of his dick and into his glove.
Yeah, that's yeah. Never take your eye off the balls. If you know what I mean. Never take your eye off the balls.
Oh, the guy that hit the bird was Randy Johnson, and Randy Johnson went to my high school.
You just looked that up?
Nope, the comments told me. RB. Oh. RB's got a lot of Livermore facts. It's like from here or around here or something.
Greg from the United States Marine Corps. No, George from the United States Marine Corps. Coolest baseball video is when the guy caught the ball that almost hit the woman reporter. No.
That's not real.
No.
George's pitch.
But I appreciate your contribution to the show.
Yeah, and that pitch was badass.
First cool thing I've seen in baseball. There it is. Now you know.
Man.
No one needs to watch baseball. If there's anything cool that happens in the sport, I'll tell you.
Have your boys been to a baseball game?
No.
They want to go
to
a game? You want
to when I leave Santa Cruz, my boys trip, they're like, look, a building. Look, a windmill. Look.
They get us some Giants tickets.
You can?
I know someone who plays on the team.
Oh. Can you guarantee that we won't step on a needle when we go there?
I guarantee you can't, you will. You're going to have to actively, they're going to be like your paratroopers falling from the sky, except for just needles.
Needles. Number 21. This one's called Democrat. I'm sure this one's great.
God, don't these shirts fit so good?
I do like mine.
Still playing bees. I was actually thinking if I do go to the games, I should probably start tightening up my diet now. Because the games I always saw as like a beauty pageant for me. It was like, hey, you have to show up there and kind of look like the best you can possibly look. It's gone downhill a little since then.
More curls, less margaritas. Man found guilty of lighting UC Berkeley student on. Oh, I've already shown this too. What is going on? What is going on? It's been a while. Okay, well, let's watch this anyway. This guy lights someone on fire.
Oh,
A treatment program, no prison time for a man who lit Asian UC Berkeley student on fire. Who cares if he's Asian? Immediately sprayed WD-40. This dude sprayed WD-40 on someone randomly and then lit it on fire. Can we hear the audio?
Why the fuck would you do that?
Why not? Playing with fire is fun. Hey, maybe that dude, that Asian guy, just dropped in from an airplane.
I took him down to the ground. Saw him pull out the knife. I pulled him down. He got to the floor.
What's up with the audio? Caleb, what's going on?
Why is it all fucking?
Stepped on his wrist.
Oh.
Pulled him up. Disarmed him from the knife.
The victims say it was never.
Can you hear that?
Yeah. Caleb, you okay?
Kind of rough.
You can't hear that?
I could hear. I knew it. Oh,
Yeah,
I feel so much better. Okay, so this show is fucked up. It's Caleb's fault.
Okay, what number was that one again?
Who knows? We've already seen that one before. I'm not even playing. I'm going straight to 27.
All right, 27. I got it.
Portland to clear more tents from sidewalks to settle disability suit. Listen to this fucking stupidity. You guys ready for this? This is fucking crazy. So some fucking people in wheelchairs or some shit, people with crutches, I don't know what, sued the city of Portland. This is what it takes.
God damn these fucking. Sorry.
This is what it fucking takes. Portland city government has reached a tentative agreement to clear more homeless campsites from city sidewalks, settling a lawsuit from 10 residents who have or care for people with physical disabilities. Meaning the only reason why they're clearing the sidewalks, people, is because of people with disabilities. Fuck your kids. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Who gives a shit about anyone unless they have a disability? As part of a proposed settlement, the city agreed to prioritize removing campsites that obstruct sidewalks, extended its ban on the city employees handing out tents and tarps to homeless residents, meaning they're going to hand out fewer tarps and tents, and they're going to pull off 500 homeless encampments that are on sidewalks a year. The city will also make it easier for people with physical disabilities to report obstructed sidewalks. So now if you're in a wheelchair, they're going to make it easier for you to report that shit so that you can get by.
Well, thank goodness. At least they chose to do it for something, right?
Oh my, it's hey dude, this is idiocracy. We're in a world of just idiocracy. How come I can't see more of this article? You have to be a subscriber. Oh,
Yeah, that's why I was gonna scroll it down while you were reading, but it's just blocked.
Caleb, you're fucked.
And maybe you could come back. Now.
Caleb, you fucked the whole show up today.
No, we didn't.
I know.
They're always all pixely. Oh,
Caleb, you have to talk now. You're not allowed to bring stuff up.
I don't know how to do that.
Caleb, you don't have the power. You don't have the internet bandwidth.
Which is
You don't have
insane.
the power. You've been neutered. Susan, number 5, lobsters. Excuse me, I'm in a wheelchair and I'm having trouble walking by the next 5 blocks because there's people camping there. Yeah, well, I called last week because my kids need to go to high school and they keep stepping on needles. Does that count for anything?
Only if they're transgender kids.
Oh, thank you.
If they're
they happen to be.
They come from a normal family with a loving household. Yeah, fuck them. Get in line and pay the taxes, bitch. Play it. Lobster was in prison food. Is mine all fucking choppy now too?
Okay. No, I don't know. Let's play this.
Okay.
I just got a really interesting screenshot. It's pretty funny.
Is it on the thread that I'm on?
Oh no, it's on. Yeah, you're on. It's someone sent us a screenshot from Reddit.
Yeah, I saw that.
Here's a public service announcement. If you want to make yourself just completely retarded and stupid and corrupt yourself, go to reddit.com. Choose any page and start reading. I never go there. I don't go to Facebook. I don't go to Reddit. You're welcome, Sevan. Thank you. Jedediah Snelson. Thank you. How many of you reported Jedediah? Thank you. You're a good dude. Oh my goodness. I'm telling you, I love that, dude. Okay, let's go. Action.
Like I read that lobsters used to be peasant food.
100%.
Like lobster was served to prisoners.
100%.
Why did that change? I forget the story.
Well, the
behind
funny thing was, is even a law on the books in Maine that you can't feed lobster to prisoners more than 3 times a week. So they're essentially cockroaches. They are.
Yeah.
They have the exact same neurological system as a cockroach. And they used to just wash up in mounds. And that's exactly why they were considered poor people food. Like, I'm from Brooklyn. You drive over the Bell Parkway and you would see people fishing off the Bell Parkway, and people would go, oh, how ghetto, how gross, how whatever. It's like, they're not paying for dinner tonight. How
Right.
ghetto is that?
Right.
But the thing was, because it was so plentiful and because it was understood to sort of be a bug of the ocean, no one cared about it. Once it became less available, and once other chefs started going, oh, this is a really delicate, flavorful.
They gentrified
meat.
bugs.
Yeah, they gentrified bugs.
Yeah.
You're not wrong, and that's kind of the crazy thing. And now it's a felony to rob someone's lobster pot.
Yeah.
And there's a rule: you have to make the door of a lobster pot biodegradable. So if a lobster goes into an abandoned pot, it's not like a death sentence. They can still get out.
It's crazy. Like I read that lobster.
Hey, wild, right?
Yeah. But makes sense.
Can Jews eat lobsters?
Is that kosher?
For some reason, I think I heard that Jews aren't allowed to eat shit that eats off the bottom. Like that like I don't think they're allowed to eat pigs either. They're not allowed to eat like dirty animals.
Yeah.
Are you looking that up, Caleb? Jews and lobsters?
Isn't that what that is? Like kosher, right? Kosher food.
Oh yeah. Jewish scripture prohibits eating all shellfish. Nevertheless, Maine's Jews have developed and pronounced fondness for one of the state's signature dishes. Many Jewish Mainers eat lobster, even though they would never eat pork and other forbidden food.
Unless it was plentiful where they live and have a lot of access to it, in which case they bend the rules like the Jews in Maine did.
It reminds me of the whole Thomas Sowell thing that about rednecks. Redneck culture being really what black culture is in the United States. They got indoctrinated with redneck culture, and now they defend it if it's their own. Or Mexicans in Catholicism. You were Native Americans, you were raped by Spaniards, and now you're the poster children for Catholicism. That was easy. Take some dick, Maria, and have 10 kids. It's crazy. No prophylactics for you. No birth control for you, Maria.
And now we have a religion.
It's fucking crazy how that shit happens. So quickly. So fucking quickly. And they defend it like it's like some sort of truth. So the lobster's just a piece of shit. Lobsters are kind of weird. They are kind of weird. They're kind of chewy and weird.
I'm not a fan of lobster. You guys like lobster? Caleb, you look great now. What changed?
I like crab.
I'm not a huge seafood person.
Sowell knows Jack all Southern redneck culture. I don't think he claims to know it.
Jack about.
Lobster's one of those things that just need shitloads of butter.
The most lobster I've ever seen was at Greg Glassman's house.
Yeah.
He had that big like dinner party thing there, and there's just that huge, I don't even know what you call it, that lobster.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to like a lobster boil?
Yeah, that's what it was. Lobster.
Where they just like boil a bunch of them, and then they have like a big table, and they just dump the whole thing on the table, and you just hop up and eat them all.
Just like with the and you got a pair of like walnut poppers, walnut openers. Scallops are weird too, man. Scallops are weird too. Like sometimes I like them and sometimes they're kind of weird.
It's gonna be a no from me, dog.
Dean with some words of wisdom. Coca-Cola is healthy.
Dean likes the inflammatory comments. I noticed that last night a little bit too. Coca-Cola.
Bernie Gannon, the Davos elite will have the unwashed eating bugs within a decade. Can we play? There's one at the top there that's not numbered. It says translate talk for real. It's probably tranny talk for real. How is the show doing from last night?
I haven't seen it yet. Oh, we're gonna try it again, Kev. You got this?
Let me see if it
Oh
works.
shit! I think the audio is the most important thing, Caleb. Don't fuck this up, dude.
I'll leave if it doesn't work.
You don't have to leave. You just have to stand in the shadows.
Got it.
You go in the small box.
Several weeks ago, in a vote to allow trans students to use whatever bathroom they wish, you assured us that these policies were perfectly safe, as neither yourself nor law enforcement could provide a single example of any trans student assaulting any girl in any bathroom, in any school, in any state, anywhere at all, in fact.
Narrative that has been set about assaults in the bathroom, it has not come as the result of a transgender identified student. There is not a single incident that has happened. And if you look at the nationwide data, that does not show it as well.
But not to worry, since you couldn't locate them, I took the trouble to. See, Loudoun County, Virginia, where last year, under district policy, a trans student was allowed into the women's bathroom where he assaulted a girl. To cover it up, they moved him to another school where he did it again. See, Irvine, California last month, where a trans student entered the women's locker room and flashed the girls there. When they confronted him, he mercilessly beat them. This happened again in Gwinnett County, Georgia. This happened again in Oklahoma City. This happened again in Ohio, where a trans man was allowed to use the locker room where he was arrested for flashing little girls. The judge dropped the charges after he
Can you
ruled
pause
that
this
this
for
man
1
was
second? So what's happening here, people, is that the trans thing is a mental health issue, but because the people on the left are defending it, it's turned into a witch hunt against trans people. Do you see what's happened? Because they've made it. It's the exact same thing that they did to melanated people. They're just using them as fucking pawns.
Yeah,
the left won't admit. Go ahead, Susan. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, because they jam it down your throat, and then when shit like this happens and you push back against it, they turn and they go, "See, you guys were all transphobic. This is why we have to do it, because people like you guys are pushing back against it and creating hate."
Yeah, it's a mental illness that should be treated by one, but instead they're trying to incorporate it into society. They're being like, yeah, it's okay for men to go into women's bathrooms. And then the right has turned it into a witch hunt. It's so fucked up. And only one group suffers, the trans group. These poor fucking people who are fucking mentally ill. Same thing with the George Floyd thing. Same thing with the left wants to make this wants to hold someone up like that. Defund the cops, hold someone up like George Floyd as a hero. Next thing you know, cops aren't engaging people with melanated skin. Who suffers? It's fucked up. It's the same playbook every time under the guise of being kind. Under the guise of being kind. It's like letting your mom with dementia do her own makeup and she's got fucking makeup all over her, lipstick all over her face, and you take her out. It's like the idiots. It's like the idiot parents I see who let their kids come to fucking tennis class in high tops and fucking pajamas. And the rest of the kids aren't in that shit. So now your kid is making a mockery of the tennis class. They look different and they're going to get fucking laughed at, and they can't perform to their highest ability because you're open-minded. And you're hurting your kid.
Mm-hmm.
It's completely nuts. Go ahead, keep playing, Caleb. It's complete this is all under the guise of trying to be nice and open.
Compassion.
Yeah.
Fat for them to see anything. Last month in this city, a man using they, them pronouns in a scene straight out of Silence of the Lambs hunted down and killed a female jogger because he, quote, wanted to look just like her. And before you say that these are anecdotal evidence, just note that in a survey of trans inmates in federal prisons, half were convicted of sexual assault and 90% were convicted of violent crimes, well above the general prison population. Now, it should also be noted that in each of these cases, each of these perpetrators had either changed their pronouns, had undergone transition, or had received gender-affirming therapy and accommodations thereof. Why is this important to note? probably for the same reason. We recognize as a society that you do not affirm that people with anorexia can be healthy in any way. You do not affirm that somebody with schizophrenia is hearing voices. And you do not affirm that somebody in a manic episode is having great ideas. Because when you leave somebody to languish in their false mental state, i.e. men who think they are women, they will inevitably lash out and harm themselves and those around them. Hurt people, hurt other people. But I don't want to pretend and have the hubris to think that I'm going to be the one to change your mind. I'm happy to share any and all of these examples with you. But you will most likely leave here tonight believing that men can become women, affirming care works, and that you made the right vote. But you will no longer be able to look into the eyes of your constituents and honestly say that you are unaware of the assaults that inevitably take place when we declare to women, you have no right to privacy. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Larrabee.
Very well said by a gay man.
Too bad it doesn't matter.
Very well said. Dean, all people suffer, actually. All society cares about is optics and appeasing the LGBT mafia. People with real problems get ignored. That's probably a better way to state it than I said it. Well, thank you for the course correction.
Great way to put it. Like, how did you choose this suffering and why is this one so important? And what was the data used to be like, this is what we're going to fix?
This is a great question and something I've been hammering home lately. Why does everyone focus on men dressed as women? I barely ever hear about people going on about women becoming men because women aren't fucked up like that.
Yeah, men do all the bad shit.
You know, it's never. I can't believe it. I was in a parking lot and a woman jumped in her car and started masturbating next to me. You never hear that, but you do hear. I was in a parking lot at Walmart and a guy jumped in my car and started jerking off to me. It's happening right now somewhere. Right now somewhere in the United States, I'm willing to bet my life on it. There's a man masturbating in public somewhere. There is not a woman 24 hours a day masturbating in public somewhere. Allison NYC, you guys are nuts. Yeah.
Literally. Hey, wasn't it your comment on something where like people were...
My ball sack runneth over. Semen must escape. I mean, that's... Go ahead. Sorry, Susan.
I was gonna say, I think it was on YouTube and I saw all these people like riding and like looting something. And then somebody commented, just like a random was like, and did we realize the common denominator, right? Like insinuating race. And then you commented back, yes, they're all men.
Yeah, it's all men. Yeah.
Genius. You're absolutely right. Yeah. That's the strongest correlate. They're all dudes. Think of all the worst shit. Murder.
All the dudes running. All the dudes running into the Louis Vuitton store and stealing shit. All black dudes. Fine. Yeah. All the fucking idiots in the mosh pit, all white dudes.
Yeah. And then you find
I don't care. Like the color is just irrelevant. It's just.
And then you find out there's sexual assault in a woman's prison, and it turns out that was a dude too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Still a dude.
Black dudes like handguns, white dudes like machine guns. It's still just guns.
White dudes like kids.
Right. They all rape women. They all equally, all the colors, all the things with penises do weird sexual shit.
And the way our society is moving to like feminize them and not allow any sort of aggression outlet, whether it be martial arts or exercise in schools or lifting weights or just any of that shit. What do you think? Where do you think all that energy goes? It doesn't just go away. It manifests into all this weird shit that you're seeing now. The public mass shootings, this whole entire transgender movement that's coming through, like all this, the stuff with the sports, like all that pent up energy has to go somewhere for the guys. And if you don't give them an outlet and get them outside and get them moving, bad shit starts to happen.
Watch this mental gymnastics here. Watch this. Okay. Pool boy. But Sevan, one time I was cleaning a family's pool and the household MILF tried to lure me into her bedroom. Obviously I went, but that's not the point. Men can be victims too. Now listen, the reason why she did that was because some dude had gotten to her when she was 12. And so her only worth now is through seducing and getting cock. She's validated by cock. So the origins of that are still a dude.
That was also the origin story of Mike's pool boy nickname.
I chubbed up a little bit just reading that. That's how dudes are. Hey, 80% of the guys in the audience are just like, wow, I'd like to hear that story.
His last sentence was the best. Obviously I went.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. I'm like, wow, this is cool. That's cool.
Because all three of us in here would be like, yeah,
Yeah.
out there skimming the pool.
Yeah.
Some hot chicken. Can you help me with something in the bedroom? Oh, hi, Mrs. Robinson. Sure. Whatever do you need?
Mrs. Robinson.
Bricked up.
Bernie Gannon, if the shopping cart guy was out and about doing his job, the flashers and masturbators wouldn't be so brazen in all the parking lots. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
That was the downfall of
Yes.
society. Once the cart guy went away, it was all down.
Yeah. The cart guy wasn't just getting carts before you idiots became tools of the man and felt obligated to take his job. He was also adding a bit of security, witness security. Dude, the Instagram is just full of brazen robberies now. Can you believe what you're seeing? It's just like people, like I saw one yesterday. I wonder if I have it. It was a guy with a blowtorch. So they have the targets now. Have you seen this? The targets now have like everything behind closed doors.
Yeah.
And they showed a guy. I saw an Instagram clip. A guy came in with a blowtorch and was torched a bunch of doors in like Target, and then all the doors pop open, and then he scooped all the stuff. Yeah, a tank with a fucking fire. Fucking nuts. I'll see if I can. I'm sure it's in my notes somewhere.
Great.
They've gotten to the point where they're like putting shampoo in those cases.
Yeah, everything.
Like
right.
Individually cased shampoos.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I did see, which was really bizarre? Most of those videos I see are like black dudes like in like CVS or like a Walgreens. But I saw like a car full of white dudes like with black mustaches and shit. It was a trip, and they were only stealing soap, detergent. It was like 6 white dudes. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Just stealing shitloads of detergent.
Yeah, that was really weird.
Oh, it was so weird. Hey, and everyone just films that shit with their cameras while the dudes are doing it. And then did you see at the last minute they wiped out, they had their license plate covered, and someone as the car drove away, someone hit the
Oh, really? They pulled the thing out? I didn't see that part. Don't remember that part. Probably a stolen car anyways.
Number 70, take your child out of school. Guys, just take your kid out of school. I swear to God. Just seriously, just take your kid out of school. It's time.
I love just that blanket statement though.
Just take it doesn't even matter. But Sevan, I can't afford it. What your kids 10, just leave them at home and turn the TV on. It doesn't matter.
The TV.
Yeah, I swear to God, it doesn't even matter anymore.
Do The View. That's a nice program.
Yeah, it doesn't even matter. Seriously, just pull your kid out of school. It doesn't matter. Throw back every day before you leave the house because you got to go to work. You're 9 to 5. Throw a box of granola bars on the ground and leave a gallon of milk in the fridge, and everything will be fine. Better than this. Okay, here we go. Action.
Guys, it's official. California has just entered the next level of Orwellian hellscape. They just passed Assembly Bill 957, which basically states that if the state deems you to be a child abuser because you're refusing to affirm your child's gender identity, they will legally kidnap your child, put them in foster care, pump them full of puberty blockers, get them on taxpayer-funded surgery pathways, and there's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing you can say. California's not the first state to do this. It's totally legal in Washington as well. But what I want to know is what person in America, what human being actually stands on the left or the right or in the middle or whatever and says, absolutely the government can kidnap your kid. Absolutely. How does that make sense? In what realm does that seem like a logical thing? Don't parents have rights? Don't parents know their kids better than anyone? I would think they would. Guys, we got to wake up. Well, guys.
And take that nose ring out.
Wow. I was just reading it on the legislative thing.gov. That's absolutely true. Just like word for word.
Oh, it's crazy.
Yeah,
what's crazy is some people are like, oh, it won't happen to me. Oh, you just wait. Anyone can make up anything now, and your kids will just be taken from you. 74, protect your kids from this.
Is that the moment? Is that the tipping point that the state owns more power over your kids than you do? The state has now more autonomy over the philosophical ideologies that are being implanted into your kids than you do. Because if yours brushes up against that and the kid decides, hey, you're not letting me be this way, then the state now is going to come in and say, well, we think we know better. We're taking your kids because we want them to think this way and we're going to affirm it. Because isn't it just a philosophical ideology that they're talking about? They're not talking about an actual act of like drugs in the home, left in a car, not being fed,
Thought
sleeping in
police,
a
thought
closet.
police,
So
thought
it's
police.
literally just philosophical ideology that now the state now has
Yes.
the authority to come
Yeah.
in and say, you're not in agreement with our philosophical ideologies. Therefore, we can make better decisions and raise your kids better than you can. Is
Yeah,
that
it's thought
just what
police.
happens? Because
Yeah.
people should realize that it's not.
You think that your boy shouldn't transition to a woman, and so now we take your kids away.
That's
Thought
right.
police.
It's
Yeah,
because
thought
not
police.
a physical abuse or some sort of mental abuse that's happening. There's basically saying like, you're not believing the same way that your kids do in the way the state thinks. So now we're just going to go ahead and remove them from that situation and remove them from your ability to raise them the way you see fit.
Is this true? A few years ago, bleaching skin. Sammy Sosa bleached his skin. Michael Jackson really bleached his skin. That's true.
Yeah, I thought that was true.
That's fucking nuts. That stuff never turns out good. No one do that stuff. Don't let surgeons go at you for cosmetic shit, please. Do not do that. Do you know what's fucking crazy? A really good friend of mine called me the other day and was talking to me about the Rogan RFK interview. And they're like, holy shit, did you know that the injections are bad for you? Michael Jackson was diagnosed with the skin disorder vitiligo, which resulted in white patches on his skin. What is it?
Vitiligo.
Vitiligo, thank you. He was diagnosed with the skin disorder vitiligo, which results in the white patches on the skin and sensitivity to sunlight. To treat the condition, he used fair-colored makeup and likely skin bleaching prescription creams to cover up the uneven blotches. That was stupid. He shouldn't have done that. Jake Chapman with a good question. Do you think Michael Jackson went to live on Neptune? All right. Take your kids out, people. Here we go. This is going to be just a full attack on the schools and on parents. Brace your egos, people. Brace your egos. Here we go. What number is this?
Our Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau, has
74.
Okay. Canada
said this week that parents who are concerned about what's going on with their children in schools are far right. Parents who don't want to be cut out of the conversation or completely left out when their child decides to change their name, change their pronouns, or transition. I want to read you guys number 41 out of the 45 communist goals as read into the congressional record in 1963. There's 45, and here's number 41. Emphasize the need to raise children away from the negative influence of parents. Attribute prejudices, mental blocks, and retarding of children to suppressive influence of parents. I want to read you number 17. Get control of the schools. Use them as transmission bolts for socialism and current communist propaganda. Soften the curriculum. Get control of teachers' associations. Put the party line in textbooks. You guys can have a look for yourself. It's time to wake up, parents.
Oh, it won't happen to my kids. Right. You just wait.
Hey, this bill that passed in California doesn't matter if your kids are in school or not.
Oh, right. I agree. You're right.
So it's not about taking your kids out of school. Like literally, this is just California now, dude. Because I could go over to your house and say, "Hey, I saw this, and Sevan didn't agree with it." And now I think that those kids are in a situation.
I could be in Safeway with my kid. I could be at the skate park with my kids, and someone could report it.
Yeah,
totally. But
insane.
But when your kids are at school, they're alone.
Oh yeah, no,
But you're right.
You're sending them into the cave for sure there. But I'm just saying it like that doesn't matter as far as like somebody coming after you under this bill.
This is the best use of the word bigot I've seen in a long time. Trudeau will keep winning. He has brainwashed Canada that they are bigots if they don't vote for him. Yeah, when he's the biggest bigot of them all. It's crazy. for whatever it's worth, I'm going to read this to you. Someone sent this to me. And it's just, I know, I kind of guess I'm preaching to the choir with the live call-in show. But it says, I don't understand why Brian Friend wasn't included. So this is from Reddit. Well, first of all, how do you know if Brian Friend wasn't included or included? Like, they're referring to last night's show. Brian is always welcome on the fucking show. If Brian was like, hey, I want to come on that show, he would be. What?
Do you want me to show it?
Sure. Okay, sure. Yeah. Thank you. You're a good dude, Caleb. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Did you find it on Reddit?
No.
And then someone writes, and by the way, when I see even those emojis trigger me on Reddit. I have zero info on that, but there's a chance that big media entities experts do not want to participate in an initiative by some other entity. I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. Is English your second language? There's no big media entities anywhere near CrossFit, by the way. The biggest media entity in CrossFit is this show. So and it's a fucking drop in the fucking cum bucket. I certainly would like to have Friend and someone from Talking Elite Fitness included. What the fuck is this even? I shouldn't have even read this. I'm flipping out now.
Plus,
what are they talking? I wonder what the topic of this was. Was that about the show we did last night? Plus more non-US pronouns, personalities. Shut the fuck up, dude. Listen, Pedro's always welcome too. The show's fucking on at 6:30 at night, and he's asleep.
Yeah.
It seems like Brian Friend is starting to distance himself from the others. From what others? Anyway, I guess I'm just stoked that people are postulating and making shit up, but learn how to talk. I'll tell you who didn't come on the show who I invited. I invited Bill Grunler specifically. I have to spend time with my kids or some shit like that. Offended.
He'll be on next Friday's show.
Will he good?
I think so. If not, I'll promise for him.
Brian's been super duper busy. He's doing a ton of shit. Look, go to Be Friendly Fitness if you want your fucking massive dose of Brian. He's over there working his ass off. What else is there? Douchebag moving, jumping jacks, and holding the ball. Oh, okay. This is just a little political commentary here.
Cum bucket was my mom's nickname in high school.
Someone wrote that? My goodness, that is not cool. Wow.
Back shot.
Oh, was your mom's nickname in high school? Oh, okay, fine. I thought you said, like, when you said your mom, I thought you were talking about your own mom. I was like, that's not cool. Dean, I'll get to your comment in just a second. I want to say something. So my kids play this dodgeball in jiu-jitsu class, and the way they play it, it's not the way we used to play it in school. We used to play it as you were in a circle, and there were dudes in the circle, and then you sat on the outside of the circle and you threw balls at the people until there was one man standing. But now the way they play dodgeball is there's a room and it's split in two, and the balls start in the middle, and they say go, and everyone runs and grabs the ball, and you throw the ball. And in jiu-jitsu class, when they play that, if you get hit with the ball, you have to do 10 jumping jacks. And I noticed there's two kinds of kids. There's the douchebag kid. When he gets hit, he holds the ball when he does the jumping jacks. He's not a team player. Right? Instead of handing it off so his team can keep throwing balls, he's like, fuck that, I got hit, but when I'm done doing my jumping jacks, I'll throw the ball. That's really, root that shit out. That is evil.
Mental illness.
Mental illness, yeah. Anyway, it's a little free political commentary.
When did you play that? I've never heard dodgeball played like that.
We had a dodgeball court out on the this 77 to 85. There were two circles. There's a circle, and then outside of that circle, there's a circle that's a little bigger. It's like, so the one circle is probably like 20 feet in diameter, and then the circle diameter is the line all the way across.
Yes.
Okay, so one circle had like a 20-foot or 24-foot diameter, and then the next one was like 4 feet bigger than that, say a 28-foot diameter. And the people who were going to be drilled had to be on the inside, and then the people who throw the ball on the outside. And the people on the inside never get to throw the ball at you. They're just like, and the people on the outside throw the ball at the people on the inside. It's cool until there's one dude left and that dude wins. It's cool, right?
Yeah.
So there's balls coming from all ways. It's so much better than the new way they do it. That movie Dodgeball ruined the game. It kind of redefined the game.
Great movie, though.
Sevan, why don't feminists love CrossFit? It's truly a feminist dream of equality inside a sport. It's a rhetorical question because all they want to do is complain, but still. Okay, I hear you, but I think they do. I think that I think CrossFit is a haven for lesbians, as it should be. I think that there's tons of fucking lesbians in the sport. And for those reasons. Equal pay, equal movement, can be strong, can just do all this shit that dykes want to do. It's awesome. It's fucking great. Even the lesbians I can't stand ideologically that are just fucking, I just need to be slapped. Every time I interact with them, I fucking love them. I can't think of one. All the lesbians in CrossFit that I've ever just like hung with are fucking cool as shit. It's when they post shit that y'all want to slap the shit out of them. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, you're living the dream. This is your dream kingdom and you're shitting on it in here.
Yeah.
You want more inclusivity? Like, fuck, dude. No, this is the one place no one cares about your fucking sexuality. Boys and girls love you equally.
Isn't that funny that even if like certain groups of people would get together and do good, it never actually gets, it's never like, oh, this group of young men went over and rebuilt this old woman's house. It's like, no, this group of men went over and egged the house. It's like the feminists are no longer like propping up CrossFit for all it stands for. It's like, no, we're still just going to find a reason to complain.
Right.
It's all just negative shit.
Oh, that's interesting. Not all of them, of course. It only takes one or two to rotten apples to spoil the.
Oh, but just saying that's what gets highlighted in the media, though.
When I worked at when I used to work at my dad's wine and cheese store, and I'd be 7 years old and I would work behind the counter, and people would ignore me sometimes. Like I'd be standing right there and they'd be like looking around. I'd be like, "Can I help you?" And they're like, "No." And then my dad walked by and they're like, "How much is this bottle of wine?" And then afterwards I tell my dad, like, "Why don't they ask me?" And I used to be like really offended. It was like a regular theme of mine. And I wish my dad would have just been like, "Hey, jackhole, you're fucking 7. That's how everyone treats 7-year-olds. Don't own that shit. Don't worry about it. Be bigger than that. It's okay. It's totally normal." Like if you're like, don't be surprised. Like everyone treats everyone different. If you're a black dude, they treat you different. If you're 6'5", they treat you different. If you're Asian, they treat you different. If you're short, they treat you different. Just accept it. Quit complaining about it. Right? Just, like it's okay. You're a 6'4" black guy. Everyone treats you different than me. I'm a 5'5" Armenian dude. It's totally different. People clutch their purse when you walk by, but you also get a ton of pussy at the bar. No one grabs their purse when I walk by. I get no pussy at the bar. It's okay. It's okay.
It's just the way it is, man.
It's just the way it is. Yeah, it's totally like, it's fine. Work with what you have. Sousa has to buy girls one drink at the bar to get his dick sucked. I need 17 and I have to wait till after closing. And maybe it's a tranny. And I'm okay with it. I work with what I got. Fuck.
Get it in where you fit in.
Since when did Sevi's dad's liquor store get upgraded to a wine and cheese store? Hey, listen. Quit listening so closely to my to the details of my show. Hey, what's up?
You're just on the phone now?
I'm just in the middle of the podcast.
This is going crazy.
I would have in the past I'd have never answered if you called because I was like trying to hide you, but now I'm glad.
Oh God.
All right. I'll call you when I'm done. I'm almost done. Okay, bye. So someone just texted me and says Russia is undergoing an uprising. Oh, here we go. Yeah, exactly. If you're handsome, you're a stud when you holler at girls. If you're ugly, you're a creep. How about this, Blade? I'm a 40-year-old dude who hits on 20-year-old women and I'm a scumbag. Unless I'm worth $100 million.
Normal.
Totally cool.
Yeah, it's totally fine.
And listen, no one be like, yeah, that's unfair. That's totally fair. I'm okay with that. I understand. Listen, I'm the exact same way. If some 75-year-old woman was like, hey, do you want to go out with me? And she rolled down her window from a Rolls Royce, like one of those new ones, like where the fucking thing goes up and down, the hood ornament. I'd come home and be like, hey, babe. Hey, what? I'm like, this fucking rich bitch wants to date me.
We have a
But if it was some lady who, and I would like field test the waters. You know what I mean? But if it was some lady in a fucking Volkswagen Bug with the fucking newspaper stacked in the back, I ain't doing it. I ain't coming home and telling my wife that. Like, I would tell her like just to show off, but I ain't telling her like I want to date her. I ain't testing the waters. Hey, if I date this fucking, it could change our life, babe. I know she's 75. I know you don't want me banging other chicks, but she's rich as shit. Yeah, she's rich as shit. Could change our lives.
Hey, I bet you if you took a poll of dudes and say, would you rather be a really good looking guy or have a really high like net worth and access to cash? Every guy would rather choose the access because it gives you more status than looking good. You can look good, but if you're broke, the ugly dude shows up with the access. Hey, you want to hop in my car? We're going to jump in my jet. We're going to fly over to London and have some dinner. You're going to be like, oh, fuck, later. Good looking guy. I'm going with that.
Dude, Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah, it's that.
He was fucking Jabba the fucking Hutt. He was one of the most disgusting looking men on planet Earth.
But he was a gatekeeper and he had a lot of money.
Yeah.
So you want access? You better give me access.
Look at Blade. That's called a sugar daddy.
Yeah. It ain't tricking if you got it.
Sevan, are you far right, like Trudeau said? No, I don't know what I am anymore.
We don't do labels around here, bro.
Sevi, would you spend the night with a 97-year-old bloke? Is that a dude? A bloke?
For 10 million?
Yep. I mean, spend the night with him.
Yep. Sell my soul for 10 million.
What do you mean?
No problem.
Just a handy? Just a handy. You talking about just a handy?
Wait, weird.
For 9 million, can I wear? Hey, what if you started like really breaking it down? Listen, you put your mouth on it, it's 20 million. You jerk it off, it's 10 million. You can wear gloves and it's 5 million. Okay, I jerk a dude off for 10 mil. That's fine.
Take the barehanded jerk off for 10 mil.
But if my forearm blows up and I have to switch hands, I want 12 mil.
You better pay for my peptides.
Hey, when I'm truly older, I can't wait till I get a little more free and I can really, there's some funny hand job jokes that I tell in private. Man. I'm not even free enough to tell on this show. I'm massaging my forearm now. I'm prepping it. You tell that bloke I'm prepping.
Get it warmed up.
Yeah.
Wait, Dean, why does it mean that I'm woke? Dean said I'm woke.
Souza is not woke. What's actually fascinating about Souza, probably I have to go. What's fascinating about Souza, in all honesty, is the fact that he runs a CrossFit gym and does this show. That could be a whole nother show.
If I don't break in between the two.
And Souza's in a very I would say very liberal area. Probably a large majority of his clients are black, white, or other, and gay, and like they get it. Like he's doing it. He's running a successful gym, having fun on this show, and maintaining a truly safe space, a welcome environment for anyone. Anyone's welcome. He's probably got a tranny in his gym. So
got it all.
Yeah, Livermore, California is fucking just right out. That's just right out the city, baby.
They all have the same thing in common. They come and do CrossFit.
All right, guys. Thank you, Caleb. I don't know if I should thank you, but
you made it come back. You made it come back.
It's nice seeing your face at least. Your computer skills today. This is the worst show you've ever done. I want you to June 24th, 2023. Caleb's worst show.
Date it.
And Souza, thank you for stepping in. I will see all you guys. It sounds like tomorrow's the Peptide show. Will you be on for that too? Are you coming on for that, Caleb?
Yes.
Yeah, it'd be good to have you here. Okay. Oh, here we go. Jeremy World. I'm offering my security services if Sevi comes to Madison. Dude, that's awesome.
Perfect.
I fucking love you.
We're set now. No one's
Yeah.
fucking us with us.
I just felt my sphincter relax like a half centimeter.
Rolling around with him. You'd be.
I'm not even joking. I'm not even joking.
Racist.
All right. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.